Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Saturday, May 9th, 2020. Beautiful day in the High 10. It is sunny and it is cool, but it is another day above ground. Amen, amen. I would like to bring you all said information pertaining to the Evelyn Boswell case out of Sullivan County, Tennessee. And if you need verification for the storyline, please log on to WVLT 8 News. Experts. Officials need more evidence in connection to Evelyn Boswell's death. The case of the death of Evelyn Boswell has continued after the 15-month-old's remains were found buried on a family member's property back in March. Evelyn's mother, Megan Boswell, has been jailed for more than 45 days, accused of lying to police. The state said 25 long hours of taped interviews with Megan Boswell are keeping her case from a grand jury. The Sullivan County mom is accused of lying to police after a region-wide Amber Alert for her daughter was sent out in mid-February. The child's remains were found on a family member's property 2 months ago. Legal experts told WVLT News Boswell's guilt or innocence should have been tested sooner. If they wanted an indictment, they could have an indictment tomorrow, T. Scott Jones said. We spoke with defense lawyers T. Scott Jones and John Barnes. Experts also said with the case going to a grand jury and Boswell's $150,000 bond, this is an odd case. We're told it's possible more changes could come down. Every case is different, but this is an odd situation with the multiple statements that were given from the mother and the other individuals in the family being arrested on unrelated charges in a different state. It really is different, John Bears said. Still, many are waiting to learn what happened to Evelyn. While Boswell sits in jail, officers said they have a person of interest, but they won't release that person's identity. A lot of times we'll hear that statement made where we're speaking of persons of interest because folks watch the news and they hear the news. And if they have some type of involvement, they become nervous, Jones said. Boswell's lawyer has said the full autopsy still hasn't been released. Experts said that at this point, only a trial could reveal what happened to the toddler. And that is the said information. WVLT 8 News. Okay. So, Lord have mercy. Where do I go with this one? I think the reason why she has not been indicted is because they're still investigating. The police, sheriff's department, are still trying to piece together whom plural, killed Evelyn Boswell. Due to the fact that Evelyn was found on Megan's father's property, that puts a new spin on multiple suspects. Because as I have stated to you all in my previous videos pertaining to this case, Megan Boswell was the primary custodian of the child. The child went missing. Different people said they hadn't seen the child for 1 month, 2 months, The father puts out information to the state, which ensues them inquiring the mother about the whereabouts of the child. Then comes the lies from the mother. Then comes no sight of the child. Then comes the mess with her mother, boyfriend, the mother's boyfriend, the stolen car. The boyfriend's mother owned a BMW, on and on and on, different scenarios, different people being involved, being put into the mix, then the child being finally found on the father's property. So as I state, you don't know what to believe. You don't know who's involved. But Megan was the sole primary custodian. She allegedly lived in one of her brother's trailers. She allegedly lived with her father. Then the child is found on the father's property. So what does that tell you? She had access to the property. The father has access to the property because it's his property. Other people had access to the property. So one has to ask themselves, who last had the child, who was last watching the child, and who put the child in the building? Because we know Evelyn Boswell didn't put herself in there, and she surely didn't kill herself. And we don't know the said information pertaining to the autopsy, the manner of death, and they're not releasing that naturally because they're still investigating. But I always said, was the outbuilding locked or unlocked? Because if the building was locked and FBI agents had to pry their way into the building, then that means ain't but one person put her in there. You understand what I'm saying? Or building was unlocked. They were coming and going, putting stuff in it, had locked it, and then the culprit, the mother, whomever, put the child in there, and then Daddy-O locked the building. You see where I'm going with this? Somebody affiliated with that family put that child in there. She was murdered, I do believe. I don't think it was an accident, because if it was an accident, what was wrong? What is wrong with calling 911? The child fell. Whichsoever, however it happened. Do you understand what I'm saying? The only time people hide bodies, conceal bodies, dump bodies, is because they, 9 times out of 10, cause the demise of the said person or child. And that's the 411. Take it how you want to take it. I believe Evelyn Boswell was deliberately murdered and concealed in that outbuilding. Now, was she put in that building to set up the father by Megan? I don't know. Some of you think Angela and the boyfriend had something to do with it, but I don't think they had access to that building to put that child there. I don't think so. Had she been found near the property, you might be able to say that. But we don't have any proof that the mother had the child, period. Because we don't even know who had whom stayed where. We don't even know where Megan was actually living when the child went missing. We don't even know when the child went missing. We're going as far back as December. Some say, the grandfather says November, Thanksgiving. One says 1st of December. See, you don't even know when the child actually went missing. And as the article states, family members have given conflicting stories, versions, so that leads one to think they're just as grimy as the mother. Because what do you have to lie about pertaining to a child? When you last saw her, what was going on in the mother's life? Where was the mother living? You see what I'm saying? So you can't get to the truth when you have people lying about the truth. And the fact that she was found on that man's property leads one to think more than one person is involved. Could be. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm praying for a resolution. I am praying for an indictment of whomever murdered the child, whomever concealed the evidence, whomever knew about the child's demise. It's time for the ball to get rolling on this case. But I know that when you're dealing with certain cases, things can be tricky and you don't know who is involved. And I really believe this is why there has not been an indictment of Megan Boswell, because they don't really know who killed this child. Because there are too many parties that could be suspects. And it is sad that that beautiful child lost her life, didn't have a fair chance at living, being a child, because obviously she has a parent who could not raise her, didn't want to raise her, and I think Megan did not want to raise her. And she took the coward's way out by murdering her baby. And that's my opinion. Sad. Tragic, sad, trifling, everything negative you can think of is pertaining to this case. And I'm very happy that they have her incarcerated, and I'm glad she's in there, and I'm glad her grandmama is in there. I don't care nothing about them folks, because they don't care anything about themselves. So we know damn well they couldn't care anything about Evelyn. That's the spoken word. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. Thanks for joining me. God bless you. Praying for a resolution, praying for an indictment. And if it means several, amen, amen. Mask up, glove up. Be safe out there. Put the appropriate items in the appropriate receptacles. You all stay safe out there. God bless you. Praying for those of you who are getting refunds, stimulus checks, got them, waiting. Praying for all of you out there. God bless America. Amen. Stay tuned for the next video, bringing you back-to-back commentary on this Saturday, May 9th. Thanks a lot. Everyday Shenanigans. Bye-bye.